Hello guys, welcome back to part 2 of Welcome to Limbo, or as I'm gonna call it, we're gonna continue from where we met the gay ghost. This is a little further into the comic. The comic itself is called Monkey Puzzles, and you're gonna see why. This is the face of a very sad man, and over here it says, I have to break the monkey's fingers to get at the script. What script is he talking about? Well, the script the monkey was typing on the typewriter. So here he walks up to this house to try save the monkey. This is a man who has lost his family. Right over here is a picture of Buddy Baker, his wife Aline, and his kids, Maxine, and I believe the boy was Cliff. The boy is less important. The daughter is more important to the red. We'll talk about that later. The gay ghost. This is where we stopped in the first half of the video. In fact, all of this is also connected to the Justice League Europe series that I kind of started over the first quarantine period. So yeah, this is basically what I'm doing for quarantine. I'm also drawing, but that's not on YouTube. So here, Animal Man has traveled into the limbo to try to get his family back out of non-existence. He wants them to exist again, but then for that to happen, he has to, without dying, kind of travel through the... In the last video, we called this the Phantom Zone of comics, the limbo. It's basically where... So after the crisis of 1983, they put a lot of the characters into drawers, never to be seen again. These are the characters that, are less important, especially the dogs. You kind of feel sad for these random stray animals that they created. Just for a couple of panels, they were in the background. They were extras in their stories, and they were supposed to... All right, so here's Merryman. He is our guide to... This is where we met the Merryman. And here's a short introduction to the monkey that's also important to... So this is Merryman, and he is the person who's gonna take us through the comics world. We see him transform as well, I think. Alright, so basically we've met the gay ghost. You can watch the other video for the rest of it. I think this must be his final script. I can't read it, but maybe if you take it to the City of Information, maybe... Alright, so the monkey's dying. Monkey's dying. That's a big point to the story. I mean, it's kind of a moot point, but what it represents is very important. It's like the MacGuffin of... Alright, so The Lord of the Ring. How important was the ring to the story? Like, what was the purpose of the ring? I mean, when you think about Lord of the Ring, you think of Aragorn and Legolas and the dwarf. I forget what his name was. His name was Gimli, but we are pretending that we don't remember what his name was. All right, so you get my point, right? You remember the elf with the long hair because, you're not accustomed to elves. You remember the wizard, and you also remember Aragorn the human, who was not like most other humans. And then there's Frodo and all those regular people. We don't like the regular stuff, we like the crazy stuff. And to bring all the crazy stuff together, we need plot devices when we write stories. The monkey in this issue is a very, it's the bridge between the world of comics and the world outside it. So far, Animal Man has been able to jump through the panels, and so here we go. That was 5 years ago. What was 5 years ago? I'm sorry, we can't come. Okay, that was 5 years ago. We've been walking since then. So for 5 years, he has said goodbye to Merryman and all his people, and he's been on a quest to find the City of Information, which is going to come as a big shock at the end. I was looking for my sister. I must have taken a wrong turn somewhere. My name's Jason. Yep. I wonder if that's Jason Todd. Alright, so he meets another person over here. I can't seem to fly. I could fly once, now I just walk. I walk. The city. I don't know about any city. No, I'm the Red Bee, you see, and technically I'm dead. And but pleased to meet you. Kind of sounds like a drug addict, or someone who's gone through some huge trauma and has had some identity crisis and doesn't know who he is anymore. Whatever. Oh God, I can't stand it there. It's so cold. It's never gonna get out. What am I gonna do? Here, take this. Oh yeah. So, Grant Morrison, the person who's making all of this possible, changed up Buddy's costume and put him in a denim jacket because he was all against like leather and animal clothes. And in issues, I think 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, somewhere around that, he got back into his leather armor to, avenge the death of his families. Oh yeah, he goes crazy. And he kills people. And then he realizes that none of them actually existed in the first place. But it brings awareness about how powerful corporations are and how they're killing the people that are trying to do justice to animals, because nobody cares about animals. People just want to use them and get money. Yeah, people will do anything for money, basically. And they're like, this is where real crime exists. And this is important because you've heard of the Comics Code Authority, right? The Comics Code Authority banned comics from portraying real life crimes in comic books. But there used to be a lot of social justice spoken inside print media. And then there's so he's walking through the snow. It's very hard. He's trying to save the monkey. And you know what's worse? The worst part is he starts all of this for his family, right? And then I think that's Captain Cold. I mean, Mr. Freeze. I don't know. Give me that photograph you're hiding. Give me that, and I will tell you where the city is. Take care of it. I will keep traveling east to the edge of the ice field. So he lets go of this photo, I think. I made this ice field, I generated blah, 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 blah. And his words just trail off after a while. You can't hear that. It takes almost a week to cross the ice field. I'm almost there. And then he meets another person. Oh yeah, the ads. I want to get back to the ads. I'll do that after the story's done and if I have time. So he meets another dude. Hey, hello there. I'm looking for the City of Information. City? What do you mean? You're going the wrong way. You heard me. I've just come from there. There's no city there. It's just some old house. What? Take a look if you don't believe me. And it turns out, yeah, so this is the City of Information. It's just a rundown house or whatever. There's just probably just one person living there, or maybe no people. Then, I like the inks here and everything. And Skipper is his dog and TC is his cat. This is what's really funny because after all of this, he's like, monkeys dying in his hands. Oh no, these are the skeletons of his own pets. So this is his house. This is his house, and he says, I'm sorry I went away, I'm sorry. So yeah, that's why he's like, no, I just realized that right now. He's come back to his own house, and then I thought he was more sorry about his pets than he was about his family, and I was like, yeah, monkey's dead too, I think. There's a lot of dead going on in his life, and it's kind of sad. No one was saved. I couldn't save any of them. Remember when things were normal, but nothing seems real, so here we are again. So then he gets the script, Animal Man, number 25, Monkey Puzzles. Guess what, guys? Animal Man, number 25, Monkey Puzzles, long shot, single tree on top of a grass hill, sky beyond is close up on a sheet of paper, struck by the keys of an old-fashioned typewriter. Dude, it's like right there, dude. So the cover kind of like tells you what's inside the book before you start it. But anyway, he's reading it. I read it. I read my own words, my own thoughts. I realized they're not mine after all. They were never mine. And I like how the captions, the dialogue boxes just turned into text. We're looking over Animal Man's shoulders as he rummages in the kitchen. I won't do it. And oh yeah, so he's supposed to take a decision here, right? He's supposed to take a pair of scissors, and he knows that he's supposed to do this. Like, it's all this predestination crap. Everything in life is decided for you, and you have no free will. And he's like, I'm not gonna do it because deciding against doing what you're supposed to do is free will. And then he's like, maybe I will. Because he has no choice. He has no choice inside this comic book. It's very interesting. Then, alright, so he opens the door, he does what he's supposed to do, and guess what? So this is the ending to one half of the pinnacle, the zenith, the most important part in the whole story. He meets the writer. I'm Grant Morrison. You coming in? So yeah, before Deadpool or anyone, like, he... breaking the fourth wall wasn't like uncommon, but at the same time it's like some monkey puzzles. I'm trying to get to the splash page. So this is like, we're talking like there is a vocabulary to comics, and there's like, a structure to every comic book, and we're looking at Grant Morrison talking to his own character Animal Man. So this is basically what it is. Alright guys, I'll see you next upload. This is a continuation of Justice League Europe, and this is also a continuation of 3 days ago I did the first part. It's called Welcome to Limbo, Animal Man 25. Alright guys.